Hi there, KLOE Radio. Saturday morning it is, and it's time for Gardening with the Garden Guru, Christie Rasure, presented by Shore's Bumper to Bumper, downtown Goodland, and those great quality Fertilome yard and garden products. A kind of a partial sunny day this morning. Christie Rasure, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Let's talk about a nice morning we've got this morning.
Oh, yeah, and highs around 70 degrees later this morning. And it's going to be a windy day, maybe some fire danger problems. But anyway, that's what we get this time of year. And we had some nice moisture yesterday. We did.
That was kind of a surprise, and we'll take that any day.
Well, yeah, Goodland picked up 1,400ths of an inch, so our monthly total is 1,800ths. The yearly total goes to 248, so we're happy about that. Real quick, some other rainfall reports. Atwood picked up 707 inch, 2,200ths in Oberlin, and I'm giving you the larger amounts here that have been reported. Let's see, I say larger amounts. Benkelman picked up 1,300ths, and then 1,400ths northeast Goodland. Didn't see anything from St. Francis, but I think they got more of a heavy storm, but maybe we'll get more information on that for Monday morning. But yeah, great moisture. It came in a hurry. In fact,
sorry about that. I was helping a customer here.
Oh, yeah, and you're at Shores.
I am at Shores, so I was pointing a customer in the right direction, hopefully. So.
Well, let's hope that works out right.
Yeah.
Well, the rain canceled the Cowboy and Ulysses ball game in Goodland, but the Cowboys did win 5-3 after 4.5 innings, and then the rest of it was canceled because of the weather. But anyway, it was great moisture, 1,400ths of an inch, so that helps out. And looks like Sunday through Wednesday night, another shots at moisture coming in.
I was going to say, it's nice to have the moisture and everything, but we need to see some warm up.
Well, yeah.
It's a little chilly right now.
Yeah. Well, 34 degrees, and I think it was 28 when I was here earlier this morning. And Colby's 36, 34 in Norton, St. Francis 36, and 36 in Burlington. It's Gardening with the Garden Guru, brought to you on Saturdays at this time with Christie Rasure, your garden guru, presented by Shore's Bumper to Bumper, great quality Fertilome yard and garden products. And Christie, you've been busy this week, I know, but you are also busy at Shores today.
We have been, and I was going to say, yeah, and we've been helping customers this morning with different products, so it has been a good thing on that end, but it has been busy. Unfortunately, it hasn't been real busy on the gardening end of it because with the weather, it's been holding us off. And unfortunately, with it getting as cold as it got, I know a lot of people have had lots and lots of questions. And one of the first questions was, what's going to happen to my potatoes that I've already planted? And what's going to happen to those onion plants that I've already planted? And some of the people have brought me some of the things in for me to see, and it doesn't look real good, what I've been seeing.
Oh, really?
Well, it got a little cold. That one night, it was very, very cold, and unfortunately, our soil temperature has been very chilly.
Yeah.
And so, just watch everything well. If you don't have it mulched, you might think about putting a layer of mulch on everything, just a thin layer. At least it'll give it some protection. Just because, that soil temperature it needs to be up there, and it's not. It just keeps dropping.
Yeah, it's 38 now.
Yeah, so, and potatoes and onions like to have a warmer soil than that. Plus, we talk about the windshield. The windshield is important, not just only for us, but also for the plants. And when it was way below zero the other night, that was actually hurting a lot of those plants too. So that is something to be watching for. Rhubarb, I don't know how many people have asked me, what's going to happen to my rhubarb? Well, the best thing you can do is take those old black leaves off, and I'm sure I know everybody that's talked to me has said the same thing, and I know I checked mine. We've got black leaves. Pull those leaves off, and the new ones will come back. We'll get another crop.
Okay.
So, but that's the best thing you can do is just clean them up, and if it warms up today'd be a good day. Do not fertilize yet. That'd be the worst thing because that's because those plants are going to have to heal. They've actually got more like damage to them, and they're going to have to recover. So don't fertilize them yet. Just clean them up. You know, we've had some moisture on them. That'll help. If we don't get the moisture that they're talking this week, then go in, water really well. Wait till it warms up, then fertilize them.
Oh, okay. Wait till it warms up.
Wait till it warms up, yes. Get that soil temperature up. Because right now with that soil temperature cold, it's just not the time to be doing all that fertilizing, because it's trying to make those plants grow, and growing and being cold is kind of hurting each other. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, we're looking for a 72 today, and then tonight's low mid-40s, and then tomorrow 59, but could start some rain showers tomorrow. That would be wonderful. Get her going.
Right, exactly. And then next week, aren't they talking really cold again?
Yeah, cold and snow and rain and winds and all that. So we're getting our April showers one way or another. But hey, it is moisture. I know a lot of farmers are anxious to get out and get in the big fields.
Right, I know they are. But if we can get some moisture, that's great.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to complain right now.
Of course not. No. I think it'll be good either way we go. But maybe a little fog this morning. But we'll take whatever comes in.
That's right. And if we are talking about getting some moisture, it would be a great time to be putting pre-emergent on.
Oh.
And Shores has that great Fertilome product called Turf and Weed Stopper, or for all seasons, which actually has for lawn food in it. We just had a customer in here just a little bit ago, and that's what we were working with. And he was wanting to put a crabgrass preventer on his buffalo grass. The product you want to use for that is the Turf and Ornamental Weed and Grass Stopper. It contains dimension, and it's actually a Fertilome product that does not have the fertilizer in. It is just the crabgrass preventer. And that is what you want to be using on buffalo grass or on your lawn. And that's what I actually used on my lawn last weekend. Before all the rains and everything, I got it on.
Ah, good timing.
Yeah, good timing, yeah. But you want to, and one of the things that I want to stress is make sure you water it in, even if it's just for a little bit. Get it settled before, because if the wind, it's such a fine granule that if the wind picks up, you can actually lose that. So I go and water everything real quick and get it set, so in case we don't get that rain.
Mm-hmm. Is it just enough to wet the soil, or do you like to soak it in a little more?
I soak it in a little. Usually I just turn on the hoses and forget about it for 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But, I get it good and wet.
Yeah.
And then move the sprinklers over again.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
So,
Good idea.
Well,
anyway,
get that going, and this would be a great weekend to be doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Shores has the sprinklers. They've got the Fertilome products. They've got the hoses for you, and even the wheelbarrows to move it along.
Right. Exactly. And then, like I just told this customer, one thing we don't want to do is get our buffalo grass going, and partly Mother Nature will not let it, because it will green up according to the soil temperature. And as long as that soil temperature is cold, it will not be probably growing, or I know it won't be greening up. But you don't want to, as we say, we don't pamper our buffalo grass like we do our bluegrass, because the more you pamper it, the worse it'll look.
Oh.
And so, if you put this weed stopper on, buffalo grass really doesn't like to be fertilized that much.
Mm-hmm.
And so put this on. Hopefully we get this rain. It'll, but make sure you water it in. And then hopefully it gets a good rain. Once that soil temperature starts warming up, then it will green up.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Mother Nature's still in charge.
That's right, exactly. And on buffalo grass is really touchy. You have to be very careful on what products you use on it, because you can actually kill buffalo grass very easily. So always make sure that if you are using a herbicide on it, that it is labeled for buffalo grass.
And it's easy to read the labels now.
That's right. And always make sure, like we've stressed many, many times, always read those directions. It doesn't matter which product it is, or even year to year. They've actually changed so much on their products that you want to make sure that you read the directions.
Well, reading the directions and like I say, the now I'm doing it. The labels, they're so easy to read. If you have any questions, Shores will help out, and you will too. I know you're up on the Fertilome products.
That's right. And that's what we're here for. We have people contact us all the time, and that's what we're here to do, is answer the questions. Whether you contact Shores down here or even ask for my number. Somebody was just calling in just a little bit ago. Or contact me at my store, which is Designs Unlimited. You know, that way you can get a hold of us, and we can answer the questions. And we've had a lot of people ask us questions.
Yeah, what kind of questions you getting?
Oh, well, like the rhubarb. Did I lose my rhubarb? I have heard that so much this week. And I understand, because that's one of those first things of the spring. We can't wait to have a rhubarb pie, you know, and it's one of those things, and everybody's rhubarb after this week is black.
Oh.
Potatoes, onions, you know, the questions about that. Pre-emergent, you know, putting crabgrass preventer on. We've had a lot of questions on that.
Mm-hmm.
And later on in the show, I want to share, I've had 2 people ask me, would you share how you go and build a compost bin? So I will do that later on in the show.
Oh, okay. So we'll get into composting. That'll be good.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I can wait for a long time for rhubarb pie.
Oh, you can't. A lot of people can't.
Oh, I know. I can understand that. My grandma used to plant lots of rhubarb along the fence row.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you plant it, and then you're done, because it comes up year after year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are looking for some plants, I can look, see, yeah, Sure still have a couple of crayons, the Crimson Cherry Rhubarb crayons here down at the store. So, if you're wanting to plant rhubarb, you know where you can buy it.
Well, they still have some other pieces of vegetable seeds and starter, don't they?
They do. Asparagus roots, the strawberry plants, which if you're going to be planting strawberries, I would be protecting them once you plant them, because they are very tender. But they do have the plants down here. They have the horseradish roots. They have some of the elephant garlic. I have to look to see what they've all got here. And then they have the onion sets. Now, if you remember last week, we were talking, onion sets are the smaller onions. They're not the great big ones. If you want the great big onions and the long keeper onions, then you plant the onion plants. But they have, down here at Shores, they have the onion sets. Then they have the seed potatoes, and they have sold a lot of the seed potatoes.
Really?
Yeah, so there's still some left here, but, you know, make sure that if you're thinking about it, might be coming in and getting some.
Yeah, and with our soil temp 36 degrees, it's still not warm enough yet to plant some of this, or is it?
Well, not really. So that's awfully cold. Usually, I think if I remember right, on potatoes and onions, they usually say around 48 is about the magic number for that.
Well,
and we were up to that. That's the bad thing. We were up to that. That's why people had planted. And so now they're worrying, am I going to have to replant?
Well, I don't see that temperature going up too much in the next week or so.
That's what I'm saying, too. I was watching it, too. The other thing is that Shores have a large selection of different seeds for flower and vegetable seeds, and now's a great time to be thinking about getting your peas and lettuce and spinach and carrots and those kind of seeds and getting ready. I'm going to just say get ready, because, like I said, with that soil temperature being so chilly, I would wait on planting right now.
Mm-hmm. So,
and it's not too late. I mean, we're really early for gardening, because they usually say the last freeze date is not until something like May 10th.
Yeah, so, it's a ways off. We're not close to it yet.
No, So don't jump the gun too soon.
Good idea. Well, we're gardening with the garden guru, Christie Rasure, presented Saturdays at this time by Fertilome Products at Shores Carry. And boy, do they carry it. Shores Bumper to Bumper, downtown Goodland. Tell your friends it's every Saturday morning during the spring, summer, and early fall at 8:30 right here on KLOE. Christie Rasure, the garden guru. And Christie, you've been busy, but yeah, May 10th, here it is, just barely the 13th of April, so we have a little less than a month to go on that.
We do, and if the more work you do as far as preparing your soil, cleaning up, and getting your garden ready, the better off you're going to be later on. So don't jump the gun as far as planting. Put more effort into the prep work, and then, the planting's the fun part of it. But do the work first, and then, as they say, work first and then play.
There you go. Should we rototill this weekend? What do you think?
After that, even if 1400s, that may be too wet. So check your soil. If you can go down into the ground, grab a handful of soil, and make a fist, or make a ball out of it. And when you drop it, if it will shatter, then it's okay. They say then it's all right. You can go ahead and rototill. If it does not, with that much moisture, I doubt if it will.
Yeah.
I imagine it will be too wet.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to wait, because you don't want to go and rototill or turn that soil when it's too wet, because otherwise what you can do is compact and actually cause more damage than good.
So kind of put yourself on pause for a while on the soil.
I would, on that one. I was going to say, clean up. This would be a great weekend for clean up. Again, like I said, the pre-emergent, put that on. And then I've had a number of people asking me about all the grass, the bluegrass, how to get rid of bluegrass in their flower beds. Irises, around the rhubarb, asparagus, any of those kind of things, how to get rid of it. And Fertilome has a great product. It's called Over the Top, and it's a grass killer. You actually put it in a sprayer, but you watch the labels on this especially, and watch the temperature, because it's one of those that is very sensitive, temperature sensitive of when it likes to work. And usually it wants days consistent of, I think it's at 72 degrees or higher, and nighttime temperatures around 50. So we're talking probably another month before you can actually use this. But I've just had enough people ask me about this, wanted to talk about this product. What you do is you spray it right over your irises. You spray it over any of those perennials that bluegrass is in. And what it does is, like, say within 10 days, you can usually see the yellowing of that grass and all, and it'll start dying. And that way you don't have to pull every little bit of grass out of that area. You're able to clean up easily.
Sounds like temperature is the big thing of all this, one way or another.
It really is, and it always has been. And sometimes people forget about that. That is a major thing that we've got to watch. And I know farmers watch the soil temperature as far as planting corn and all that, and that's what every gardener should be too.
Yeah, and I give it in the mornings, and a lot of farmers see it on the internet too. So it's important all the way around. And sometimes it goes up and goes down. Right now, it's down. Let's see. Well, no, it's the same as it was yesterday, but the day before that, it was down 7 degrees. So it's dropped a lot this week.
Right, exactly. And I was going to say, with the moisture, a lot of times when we get rain, you'll watch it. It will actually drop that temperature down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is very important, because it's that's what we have to, when we plant seeds, you like to have a warm mat, or if you've done it the old-fashioned way, you set it on the dryer. You set your seed starting tray on a dryer or on a warm mat, and to get that soil warmed up so those seeds will grow. It's the same thing outside. You need that soil warm for those seeds to grow. And so we're just have to always think of that. If it's not warm, you're not going to be able to crack that seed open and get that seed to actually grow up.
Well, Shores has starter kits over on the wall there.
Uh-huh. They do. And I was going to say they have everything from the flats, so that you can everything's in it. All you do is just put the seeds in, water, and go. We have that. They have the trays where you can actually put the soil in. They've got the I'm not real sure. hang on a second, because I am down at the store. They have the plugs that all you do is put water on them. Yeah, all you do on these is just pump them up with the water, put them in the trays, and put the seeds in them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of different items here for you to choose from. So depending on how you like to grow your seeds, they've got it here. The other neat thing that they have are the grow light systems. And I have 2 of those and absolutely love them. They have the 4-foot and the 2-foot, bright lights. There's the T5s, very energy efficient, and great way to go and start your plants inside.
So, yeah, and you can do that year-round. You can grow plants inside. The kids can do it.
Right, and that's the thing. And like some of my lights, because I take a lot of my plants in the winter, and some, especially like my geraniums and all, I've had a garden inside, and using these bright lights, you know, I've got them on timers. They come on in the morning, go off at, you know, in the evening usually, and I've got an absolutely gorgeous garden in my sunroom that way.
Oh, sure. Well, and when it rains and it's kind of a lousy day, you get in there and it just probably cheers you up.
Oh, that's the way it was last week. It was, you know, or not last couple weekends ago when we had that blizzard. It was like it was nasty outside and I could see the snow outside, but I was enjoying inside with all the bloom.
I think a lot of people do. What was it you wanted to talk about before the show was over here this morning? You'd had quite a few questions on a couple things.
We've had people asking about building a compost bin.
Compost.
And one of the easiest ways to build a compost bin is to go out, and there are a number of people that have pallets just to give away. Some people will charge, but if you'll check with some different business people, they have pallets they will actually give away. And go and grab those pallets and get set them up in such a way that you have 3 different bins. And the reason I say that is because you'll always be starting a bin. And because as you have one filled, keep turning it over, and then you start your next one. And when I say starting, you're putting all your crud in it, all your leaves, all your garden rubbish, except for tomatoes and vines, cucumbers, pumpkins, that kind of stuff.
Tomatoes and vine, not fine.
Right, exactly. Anyway, we put all of those in our compost bin. So as I get the first one filled, then I go and move over to my second one. As my second one's being filled, I'm always turning that first bin to keep it working. Keep it hot, keep moisture on it, and you're building what we call black gold, or compost. And then as the second one's filled, you move over to the third one. And hopefully by the time you're working on that third bin, filling that third bin, your first bin is basically ready to use. And if you're turning it constantly and everything, you should be able to have it that way. It works really well, and like I said, very efficient way to do it is by using pallets. And basically, an easy way is to do an open area so it's 3-sided. And I just add to it, and so it takes 7 pallets to do that. And a number of us, the way we've built them is we just use T-posts, buy those usually at any hardware store, and put those in the ground, tie the pallets to them, and then that way you've got open areas.
Whoa, simple.
It's very simple. Looks fairly nice and easy to use. And that way you are actually using what you have and not taking it out to the landfill, because you're actually able to use it and then put it back into your garden that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, the wooden pallets, that's about as natural as you get.
That's right. That's right. The other thing I want to tell people is if you want to listen to the old shows, we are now on YouTube. Go into Shores Bumper to Bumper on Facebook. And once you've gone and done that, then you can go into the YouTube site and you can actually listen to the old shows, or like today's show, will be on there too. So if you're not always able to listen to the show, you can listen to it on YouTube.
Yeah, I have about 3, this one and a couple others that I'll be sending over probably Monday, so we'll get those taken care of as soon as we can. But yeah, that's a great idea. Hear it again.
Yeah, and I was going to say, what we will try to do is each week give a helpful hint like this, building a compost bin or doing something like that so that people can learn something each week on trying to help in their gardening ways.
Good thinking, and leave it to Shores and Fertilome to get this done. Now, how can they get that again? Where is it? Tell us again.
Go on to, if you're on Facebook, go on to Shores Bumper to Bumper site, and then it's a YouTube, and you can go click under that. Otherwise, Greg told me go under YouTube and put Gardening with the Garden Guru, and you can find it that way too.
And there it is. Okay, we have about 3 minutes left. Christie, some other things you wanted to share from Shores downtown Goodland?
Well, I'm looking at the barley bales. If you have ponds and you haven't really worked on them too much, because it has been chilly, it's been hard to work on that kind of stuff. But you might go out there, check on it, and see if you have any of that ugly moss that's wanting to grow so badly. You may need some barley bales in there if you haven't replaced yours. Like I said, it takes about 6 weeks for it to really actively grow. So you want to make sure that you get it in there. They have a large selection of the different types of barley products that work well for keeping your pond nice and clean. And this year, they have expanded the pond supplies.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, everything from the cool pumps, the simple pumps, to the cool pumps. I mean, you name it. They've got it, to all the different types of chemicals, and then the food. And they've got really neat food for the goldfish and the koi. So come down and see all the new products for the ponds.
Well, over the winter, they've reworked the whole store. It just really expanded the garden and yard department at Shores.
That's right. And that's what each week we're going to try to talk about different products. And it's going to take all summer to talk about all the different types of products.
Oh, sure. Plus the expanded above ground and in-ground sprinkler division there. Wow, we can't believe it.
Yeah, I would say it's a fun place. Come down and just have fun gardening with us.
Oh, yeah. Well, Christie, plus they've got all the different hand tools, the ergonomic tools, the regular tools, the long-handled tools for stand-up work and all that. Shores got them all right there.
That's right. I was going to say, don't make it a hard job for you. If you are having troubles with your tools, if they are just worn out, if they have never fit you right, come down and get the tool that fits you right and make that project go so much easier that way.
Oh, it is. In Shores, they're open Monday through Saturday at 5 in the morning, so go down early, get it done, get it out.